All right, good morning. Let's see. Got the new setup. The Ethernet is all taken care of, and we should be good to go. So hopefully there's no buffering, no glitching today. I think we are all set. As per usual, we've got our 15-minute chart on the... Oh, no, we don't. We've got our daily. Let me switch this to the 15. Let's go 5-day. Let's try 10-day maybe. All right, got our 10-day over here. So there's some news that came out not long ago and really set the markets quite a bit lower. Let me see if we've got any other news coming up today. I'll get the open going here. Looks like CPI came out at 7:30 and it just sent the market way down. Over 100 points in a 15-minute time period. Could have even been less. Let's see. Oh man, 100 points within about 5 minutes. Wow. That is a big move. Oh, sorry for that noise. All right. So as per usual, we will mark the opening range. Gotta, as always, take into account our daily and get some context looking at that here in a minute. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Don't want to have the mic too loud here. Kind of put that guy down. There we go. So, very big move coming down. Gapping lower right now. Just gonna look at the daily for some context. Let me drag that one on the screen. So here's our daily chart. Overnight low down to like 52, 37, 52. And overnight high way up here. Now we were up here just before that news and then we just got rocked, slammed down. So some pretty bearish news, whatever it was. Looking at some levels here. Trying to determine what might be good, what might be bad. Definitely has the potential to be a volatile day, although every day does, right? There's all kinds of potential for every single day. I'm going to step out, grab my tea, and start with some thoughts, and we'll get going. Hopefully you can hear me now. Sound check. Can you guys hear? Test 1 2. Test 1 2 3. Great, good deal. Thanks, Greg. Thanks for your patience. I just got the new system all set up. So got the new computer. The guy with MediaCom came out yesterday. He got me dialed in. The Ethernet cable went down. He got me fixed with a new modem. So I think I'm good. Think I'm in decent shape. Well, we'll remind ourselves that we can and will have a winning performance every day. I think I was muted before, so I'll just repeat myself. And we define a winning performance as simply watching and observing, not fearing that we'll miss the move, and then simply executing with stops and targets in place. And we'll remember too that honing this skill, it offers asymmetrical rewards, right? You learn how to do it and do it well, you can be rewarded in an asymmetrical way. Let's see here. I'm gonna expand this. Looking for some other battle zones on the 5 minute. I was curious about like 96, so 37.96 to maybe 03. Just 12 minutes into the day here, so got a little time. Time is on our side. In the words of the Stones, Rolling Stones, right? Time is on our side. Where's mine up a little bit? Trying to fill the gap. Gap's at like 04, pretty close to there. Let's see if the gap fillers can have their way. Let's see what they can do. So definitely some good volatility today, right? Let's think back to Monday. Remember Monday? We had that big push down and then we just hung out. We're back and forth, not a lot of movement at all today. Couldn't be more different than that. Got some big movement already. Some decent sized move just on a single 1 minute bar. So definitely a different case. All right, I was kind of eyeing that 96 level. Never got up to there. 37.96 was kind of considering doing something up there, like a short. Didn't get it. That's all right. A lot of waiting, a lot of just kind of hanging out. That's just part of it, isn't it? All right, back to our opening range. Good little pop there. Wow. Good movement there. Let's see if we take it up a little bit higher. Again, I'm watching it between 96 and like 03. I want to see what we do up there. So again, we're just going to give the market time, let it set up, let it do its thing, develop a hypothesis from there. Don't have, we've got Beige Book at 1 p.m. Central, and then there's a Treasury statement at 1 p.m. as well. All right, so we definitely got this 92 area. Could have some kind of significance. Let's see what the market wants to do, shall we? Let's check it out. So we've got the 1 minute on the right, got the 15 minute on the left here. Pretty strong open so far. We're, 20 minutes into the trading day. I'm watching this 96 to 03 level. Could be that there's nothing there. Could be that I don't do anything there, but earlier I was considering a short there. We never got up to that level. So I'm going to watch and see what it does here. But not in a hurry to jump in. Good amount of movement and volatility today, so we'll let the market do its thing. So we got up to 96, pulling in a little bit. I might consider selling some here. Not in yet, not doing it just yet though. We are gapping lower, or we did gap lower, so just gonna keep my hand off the trigger for a minute, see what we get, see what shakes out, what develops. Got another 3 minutes to go on the 5-minute bar. Just trying to be patient here. Let it set up and do its thing. It's pretty volatile today, so could be that we get a big move one way or the other and we don't get involved. That's all right. Probably going to have a little bit wider stop today. Little bit wider stops. I might sell some right here. I haven't done it just yet. Kind of waiting, just waiting patiently. Got another minute and 15 till we get a new 5-minute bar. So let's watch and see what develops here. I'm going to sell just a little bit right here. Don't want to see it get too much higher than like say 03. Looking for 75, 37.75 is a first target. Definitely a bit of a battle going on here. I might try to scale some if we get down to 80, pull out of a little bit. Almost there. Actually, I'm going to buy some back here at 83.5. So I sold at it's 37.90, scaled 20% at 83 half. 37.83 half. I'm looking for 80 for a little bit more. If we push up higher up in here, I'll probably try to add some. Don't want to see it get too much above like 38.03. If it pops its head up there and then pulls in, I'll stick with it. But if it's looking strong, I'll bail out of it and get out. I'm gonna lighten up a little bit right here. All right, so I'm still in 60%. If we push up here and then retrace, I'll look to add some up here. I'm gonna buy some back there at 82. I'm still in 40% of this thing. Looking for, I'll take 78. I'm in 20% of this now. There we go. Okay. Bought a little bit back right there at 77, and so now I'm just in a 10%. See if we can't fail and push below opening range. And my break even on this was 90. I'll just keep that last little 10% at 90. I thought on this, so this is the 1 minute chart. I thought on this move I saw it kind of stalling here, and I lightened up a little bit more at 87 and thought we might push up a little bit higher and then fail, but looks like we pushed up to here and then came down pretty good. Again, keeping in mind it's a volatile day, so didn't have a ton of conviction about that trade, and I was in 50% of what I'll allow myself to trade on it, which maybe might have been a little bit too heavy based on the movement and the volatility, but just didn't want to get caught with my pants down. Didn't want to be out naked, cold, and alone, wishing for something to work. So not too bad. Short there at 90, scaled some out at, was it 85 or, no, 83 half, then some more at 88. came up here, failed, got out of some a little bit more at 84, then 80 and 78. So I'm still holding just 10% of this right here against this level. So if it gets up there, I'll be out of the trade completely. All right, I'm out. But nonetheless, that was right at my entry. So decent positioning there. All right, so come down here. It's come down to opening range twice. So it would seem that the bulls want to take it higher. How high is anyone's guess? Could be another 10 points, could be another 50 points, could be come up and reverse lower, but let's see if they take it higher here. So this 92 half, this is definitely somewhat of a little battle zone right here. I think it's got some significance. Let me just mark this with a little line. I don't do too much work like pre-market, only because now there are levels to be mindful of, but I don't do too much pre-market just because a lot of times stuff will develop in real time as you're watching it. And you'll get a better feel, and I think sometimes your levels can even be a bit more crisp when you do that. So current battle zone is this 92.5 to 37.75. At this point here, I mean, the bulls have pretty much, they haven't filled the gap, but they've gotten darn close. So the question is, do the bulls continue? Do they push it higher and try to truly fill the gap? Or is that all they got? And do the bears take it, push it lower? Once again, that's our $1 million question. Can you heat me now? Let me remove that one. Can you hear me now? Kind of the mini battle zone within, I'd say, is this probably like 83 half level. So again, I'm really like drilling in, and it might be too microscopic for some people, but the little battle area within the battle area is, I'd call it 83 half. See if we go and take out lows of the day at some point. All right, so we came down here to 75, had a pretty quick, swift rejection off of it. Didn't get as low as that. You would think that the bulls should have taken it higher, which they didn't. Coming down here again, so in my mind, if this fails, this 75 level, feels like we could try to test lows, then potentially go lower. All right. Talking about like when what should happen doesn't. WWSHD. So bears slammed it lower, bulls said nope, took it back, then bears sold it off again here at 92.5. So it seems like it's gonna go lower. This wasn't the move. I think this could be the move right here. I'm not involved at this point. I'm out. I'm just watching, letting this guy set up. Letting it just show us what it wants to do. It's the same thing in my mind. Little bit of a battle zone within the battle zone is about 37.83.5. Let's see if we don't take it out now. I would think that we do. Try something here. I got you, Tech. Give me just a second here. All right. Let's see. See where we're at. There we go. All right, here's a 3 minute. I don't know if that's shown up too well. Maybe it's just a glare on my end. 3 minute, I might change that to a 2. Try a 2. All right, little 2 minute chart right here. See if that works. Thanks, Tech. Tech T. Tech T in the house. Let's see here. Let me get this guy up. There we go. So I'll be I'll be moving my cursor around on the 1 minute. I'm still looking at like the 1 minute and the 15. Got the 2 over here. I might change it to where I commentate off of either the 2 or the 3. We'll see. We shall see. Let's see if I'm curious to see if the bulls can get it above like 84, 37.84. Again, I might be looking at this with too much of a microscopic lens. So they come up to 85, sold it off quick. Although bulls defended 37.75, right? They defended this level. And this could make those numbers bigger for you on the right side too. Let's see here what they do. See what it does. drink my tea. So again, you're looking at the 2-minute chart here. And we've got the opening range. This is just the movement of the first minute of trade. And I've got this yellow line here just for significance. We've come up to 92.5 several times, gotten rejected off of it. Current battle zone is definitely 92.5 to 75. To me, the battle zone within the battle zone is right around 84 to 83.5. Bulls looking like they might want to take it up now. Let's see if they can get it and push it higher. So far, I've had one trade this morning, getting short at 37.90, skilling some out at 83.5, lightening up around 88, and then getting out of most of it at 84, 80, and 78. Tried to leave a runner on at 90, came up right here, took me out of that. So. Another 50 seconds to go on the 5-minute bar. I don't want to get too antsy. I want to just let stuff set up, give it time. Yeah, Tech T, I've been messing around with that 3-minute chart a bit. I might have to, I think I'm kind of liking it. I've got the 2-minute pulled up right here. But yeah, it seems to me 3 is a good in-between, between the 1 and the 5. All right, let's see if Bears keep it below 83.5 now. Or if Bulls defend 37.75. Drag the 5-minute into view here. Here's our 5-minute. So, again, battle zone I feel is like 37.75 to 37.92. That's what they're doing on the 5. You're looking at the 2-minute. Yeah, there's just some trades, right? Like you just know it when you see it. Takes a lot of patience, takes a lot of restraint. but oftentimes the market will give us, it'll give us a clear picture of what it is trying to do. I'll be the first to say that I'm trying to trade less, to go by the notion that less is more. The fact that we didn't fill the gap makes me wonder. Yeah, we tried, didn't we? I mean, Bulls had it pretty close. Got to give them credit. They tried. But that's all they had. That was it. At 37.68, that's the 0.78 retracement. Not that that means anything, but sometimes there's a little bit of a pop off of that. Works 100% of the time, 25% of the time. Yeah. But today, there's been enough movement. Bears kind of had their chance at 92.5, so I'm not getting involved at that level. Back here to almost the bottom of the opening range. I think my streaming service is saying there's too many bit rates now for audio. So my computer is too good, too powerful. Again, 37.52, that's the overnight low. See, you might be able to see it better with this here. Let's look at settings. Features. Oh, appearance. Here we go. Try that. Hopefully you can see it a little bit better on your screen. Looks a little too bright to me, but we'll leave it there for now. Probably a little easier to see. All right, well, we're settling in here. We've almost got our initial balance, which is just the first hour of trade. For those of you who watch Market Profile, we've got our A period in and be finishing up on our B period here pretty soon. Another about 5 minutes. Let me look at my 15-minute a little bit more. Well, I mentioned 96 earlier. We got up to, looks like 96 quarter up here. I did get short at 90. See if the Bulls can get it above 75. If they do, their next area of trial, I believe, would be like 84. So Bulls want it above 75, and then I think the next hurdle for them is 84. We'll see what they do. Good little pop here on the 5-minute bar. We'll remind ourselves that we can and will have a winning performance every day. We define winning. I define winning as simply just watching and observing. Not fearing that I'll miss the move. And then executing with stops and targets in place. Granted, there's always room for improvement with that, no matter where you're at. All right, got another, I don't know, 40 seconds, 30 seconds till we get a new 5-minute bar. And we'll have a new 15-minute bar as well. The initial balance will be in. Bulls wanted above this 83.5 to 84, I believe. So yeah, even let me drag. Here's the 15-minute real quick right here. That a lot of opening closes right there on like 80 to 81. It's interesting. I saw someone just ask, they're new to the channel, what's the strategy? Well, all the trading I do is discretionary, where I'm simply just watching price action. From there, I'm determining levels that have significance or may have significance, and then placing trades accordingly. So I'll call out when I take a trade, what I'm seeing, what my target is, where price would have to go for me to be wrong. Let's look here. Bulls are pushing this thing higher. Bulls got it above 84 now with some conviction. They haven't held it yet. Minute bar isn't up just yet, nor the 2-minute, but they popped it up above 84 pretty good. So let's see how high they can push it. Still got another, just under 3 minutes to go on the 5-minute bar. See if the Bulls want to try to fill the gap. Big move up here now. So in the last 2 minutes, we've moved 20 points. Nothing to not pay attention to. See if they get it above 92.5 now and hold it. The gap is right around like 84. I'm sorry, 04, 38.04. Well, we came down to the bottom of the opening range. I suppose that was the new battle zone, although there wasn't much developed in that area. Here and here it came down, came up, and then a retrace, and then it's been up ever since. So at least a pause there at 92. Question is if it's a pause and a continuation, or if that's all the bulls got. Let's see, did we put in a new high? No, we didn't. We got close here. Got close to putting in a new high, but didn't take out those highs there. Let's see if we run some stops if we put in a new high of the day. All right, new high of the day. What's we waiting for? Well, that's a good question. What are we waiting for? We're just waiting for a good risk to reward trade setup. Right now the market, for the moment, the market's looking strong, so I'm not going to, I've taken a trade earlier where I got short at 37.90, but market's trying to push up and I don't want to step in its way. We've gapped lower and I'm wondering if the bulls try to fill the gap. We did just put in a new high right there. So, with trading, there's a lot of patience. A lot of patience. An analogy that I use is like going up to a sketch artist, someone who's drawing something, and you trying to figure out what they're sketching, what they're making. There's a point in time where it might not be clear what's being drawn. And then there might be a point in time where it's very clear what's being drawn and what you see there. It's the same with the market. Sometimes it might take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, a half hour to have an idea of what the market's trying to do. Other times it might take hours. It might take minutes to have a good idea for price action in the market and what it's trying to do. Looking at this little pullback here, I'm considering a short. Not yet though. Not just yet. Again, it's a gap day. Anything can happen and something will happen. So I want to see a little bit of confirmation or some nuance before I just throw something against the wall and see if it sticks. We've got another like minute and 30 till we get a new 5-minute bar. I did mention like 03 level earlier. That would get us very, very close to filling the gap. So right now we just watch and observe. We just hang tight. We play it cool, exercise patience and discipline. Back at 96. See how they treat it. See how they treat it, what they do here. We're close to filling the gap. We're just pushing up higher here, almost to 3,800. 5 minute looking pretty strong, just chugging away. $15-minute looking strong, and we've got our 2-minute chart pulled up that you're looking at, or that's being streamed currently. Here's our 03 level that I mentioned earlier. Phone call, probably a scam call coming in. It is. Set that over here. Alright. See, we do it 03. So that's pretty, I'm gonna call that our gap. That's pretty much it. We've pretty much filled the gap right there. Get into this area. Bulls, if you're a bull, you probably want it above 90 to 92. Potential, I guess, little long signal there on the 2 minute. Kind of came up, held it, little bull flag, and then been popping higher. All right, another 30 seconds to go on the 5 minute chart. Till we get a new 5 minute bar, that is. And we'll get a new 15-minute bar here in about another half a minute. I'm looking at the daily, and I'm just seeing, let me see this. For context, I'm just seeing these, big bodied candles here, here. Got some resistance, maybe up here, call it 20. Could be an area of resistance. But definitely bullish so far. Whoops, wrong one. Drag this one back into play. Right into the screen. Big 15-minute bar, big 5-minute bar. looking at the 1 minute, and yeah, that was a big run up there off of 75 right here. 75, big move, and then it just hung tight here. Good long entry right there. Wondering if anyone watching got long. Anyone catch a move to the long side? Here's the 1 minute, and looking at this, we came down, held here, had that big power move up. Wondering if anyone got long here, or perhaps from lower. So again, we've got our 2 minute chart here pulled up. Almost got a new 5 minute bar. We did close the gap and then some. Yeah, a good trade is just, good risk to reward. An example of a good trade. So, you want to know how much you're risking and how much you could potentially make. A good trade is also knowing, like, hey, this thing, it may not work. Where would the price have to go for it to show me that the trade is not working? And a lot of people, when they're starting out, they just make the assumption, well, why would I place a trade if I'm not convinced that it can work? That is a good question, but if you deal in probabilities, you've got to know that anything can happen and something will happen. So a good trade would be one where you're saying, you know what, this is my level, this is what I like, but the market would have to go here to prove me wrong, to prove otherwise. And then also know what your target is. 2 minute, looking like we could push a bit higher here, just kind of bull flagging again. $9:50 in the morning, we've got an hour and 20 down. Watching the 5 minute here. Let's see if we push higher or if we stall and take a little break. It seems like we could push higher. Just a lot of fuel, a lot of momentum behind us. I'm looking back at this push up, how it pushed up and then came in. I remember saying that I felt like 84, so this level right here was the line in the sand. We pushed it above 84, and I'm wondering if Tech T got long around that 90 level or somewhere up in there as we pushed higher. Did you do anything with that one, Tech? Did you get long there by chance? All right, bulls resume. Resume. Looking to see where the halfback move is from the low to the high. 37.80. Ooh, good one. Boy, good one there, Tech T. Man, that's a nice trade. Well done. Still got another 2.5 minutes with a new 5-minute bar. Looking at the 15, pretty bullish. Pretty bullish on the price action so far. We'll see if the bulls want to hold this 06 level and what they do from there. Just hanging out, patiently waiting to get involved here. Had a trade earlier in the day. It wasn't that far into the trading day. Maybe a half hour in. Got short at 90. I'm considering a short here, wanting to see how it shakes out. New battle zone is probably, I'd say, between 06 and about 16. Haven't taken anything yet. Got about a minute to go on the 5-minute bar, so we'll see what it does, how it acts here, if it pushes up higher or if it just hangs tight. All right, 5-minute bar is almost completed. Let's see if it pushes higher or if it just hangs out here. I'm going to mark this 12 area. I might look to sell some here. I'm going to get short just a little bit. Not looking for a whole bunch, but just want to see if we can't push a bit lower. Looking for like 04 to 02 on this thing, so not looking for a whole bunch right off the bat. We are so bullish, though. I'm considering getting short if we push up a bit higher, to tell you the truth. Market's just come up here and it's holding its own, doing its own thing. Yeah, I'm gonna flatten, just gonna lighten up right there. Wait for a little bit more time. So I got short, I'm just flat now. All right, so 06 to 12. A little bit of a battle zone there, I'd say. Again, I've mentioned I'm trying to be more patient with my trades, so Looking for an area to get short if we show weakness, but gonna give it a minute here. Gonna give it a minute. There's nothing wrong with waiting. We've just, in my mind, we've just had such a strong up move. The market's hanging out here, and just didn't like the, if I was short at 09, just didn't love the risk to reward on that one. Per se. Oh, long 37.80, out 37.90. Well, hey, good move nonetheless. Good trade nonetheless. Goes back to the analogy, right? I think that's a sign of a mature trader. You take the trade, you're looking for your profit, you get out, and you recognize that the market is there for you. You're not there for the market. So it reminds me of the analogy of the one trader saying, you know what, the market to me, it's just like a big loaf of bread, like a massive loaf of bread, and it's just my job to pull out some crumbs. Crumbs could be an enormous fortune. But I thought that's good perspective, because there's a lot of guys who will say, man, I was long down here at 80 and I got out at 90. Ah, man, the market just ran and it never looked back. I should have held on. Well, if that's not in your strategy to do that, then be happy with the money that you made. If it was a well risked and well thought out trade, then be glad that the market gave you that. Now, if it was your intention, if you were someone who, if you were long at 80 and you thought, I really think this thing has the goods to push higher, I want to see it hit 3,800. Well, if you got in at 80 and then you were out at 90, hey, that's still a good trade, but you might look and consider like, all right, why did I get out early? Why didn't I hold it until it went to that level that I had stronger conviction about? That would be a better question to ask. Because there's a lot of what you call like chart porn out there, where you got stuff with, Bitcoin and the meme stocks and GameStop and all that stuff, where the chart's just like this, and then, it just goes parabolic. And, a lot of talk of, oh man, if I just would have put in half of my life savings or all of it, I would have, I'd have so much money. It's like pie in the sky, woulda, shoulda, coulda. So know your levels, know where you're right and wrong, execute accordingly, and then let the market do the rest. Strong move here on the 5-minute. Yeah, no reason for me to short this thing. Not here, not yet. No reason. I think another important thing is I'm just kind of been watch and observe right now. The market's so strong, I'm not looking to try to fade this thing. Gap is filled. We're down to up to yesterday's close here at like 23. 5 minutes very strong. So another thing to consider is price action, like not just the level, but how the chart looks as we get to that level. So looking at the chart here, we can see that kind of had a stall here. Looks like it was building up some steam, pushed higher. Same thing here, came up, looked like it might want to correct a little bit, but the bulls weren't even willing to allow that to happen. And then another thrust up right here. So not just the level, but how does it look as we get to that level? So for me right now, I'm just like hands off, just watching. I mean, I'm always watching and observing, but not don't have any strong conviction about what I'd like to do at any certain level just yet. We'll watch and see this 23 area. So came up, good sell-off off of 23. I would think probably because of some of this cluster, this price action here. But on the day so far, market looking pretty strong. Looking pretty strong. Sometimes it's helpful too, I think, at least for me. I'll be watching and then I might take a step away for a minute if I'm feeling a little bit antsy or like I need to get involved. I feel like there's times looking at the market, it's similar like if you were to be shown a picture. The market is so fluid and dynamic and it's always moving when you're watching it minute by minute. You can kind of get sucked in and start to see something that you think might be there, but it's not. So I think it's important sometimes to, or if you're able to like refresh your mind and say, okay, if I were to just come and look at it right now, would there be anything to do? That's a good question to ask yourself. What would there be to do? Oh, pardon me. Oh, excuse me. Anyone else? Any trades you've taken, long or short, good or bad? Anyone else involved out there? All right, let's see if bulls resume trend. See if they just keep pushing higher. We're just trudging up, just pushing up higher. 10-12 right now. I'll be wrapping up here in a little bit. Pete Poster. Only banked a bit before market open on that big fall. Man, that was a big fall, wasn't it? Holy cow. Well, way done. Way done. Well done. Well done, bruh. How's the volume? Is it decent, or do I need to turn it up or down? Again, I've got this new setup going on. How about the buffering? Has there been any? There shouldn't be. Better not be. Any buffering, any like glitches or anything like that on your guys' end? No buffer, sound good. Well, cool. Thanks, Pete. Appreciate it. Mike, are you in the house today? I think you might be working. There we go. Put it right there. That'll work. Well, like I tell my kids, you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. With the market. You get what you get and you don't throw a fit. You get what you get, you take it, you love it. Big move up so far, big move up. About 60-point move so far. Wondering what kind of attempt the Bulls make here. Wondering if they hold it and try again. Or if the Bulls are in recess now. Again, I'm not involved just yet. I don't want to fight City Hall, and if I am looking for a short and don't get short, it might be that I missed the move, but the market's just too strong right now for me to do anything regarding fading it. So let's see if we took a little break here. Let's see if we curl and then push up if the Bulls just want more and more and more. If their appetite may be insatiable, just can't be satisfied. They just want more. Try a 3-minute here. Got a 3-minute pulled up now. Yeah, I like the speed of that. Go back to a 2. Oops. I'll do 1 day. Do a 2-minute here. 2-minute. Okay. There we go. Yeah, no reason for me to get short here. Well, let me pull up. Let's. Look like an Oompa Loompa in the screen there. Jeez. I look pretty red and burnt. The old Oompa Loompa. Alright, let's see if the Bulls can get it now above 20. See if they can push 20. Just the question in my mind is, do they take a break and then continue? Or is that going to be it? A little bit of maybe a little push down here. Again, I've got the microscope on it, looking at the 2-minute chart, watching some price action there. Let's see if we adjust that. Yeah. All right. Sorry, I'm such an Oompa Loompa. Yeah, that's some red stuff going on there. I don't know. A rather large Oompa Loompa. 5'8". So not large by normal standards, but for an Oompa Loompa, I'm pretty big. I'm the Shaquille O'Neal of Oompa Loompas. How about that? 10:20 Central Time. Had a trade earlier, booked some profits. Not doing much here. Not doing much. I'm not, that is. Yeah, the reason I'm not doing much right here, let me change this to a 5 minute real quick. Um, we gap lower, we tried to fill the gap, we were unsuccessful for a while. Came down here, retraced, and then we've just been real strong ever since. Just blasted off. Had this big move right here on the 5 minute. So we got there pretty quickly, and now we're just hanging out, hanging tight here. Um, and personally, just yet, I tend to be an outside in trader, meaning I'm looking for extremes. And just right here at this level, there's just not a whole bunch that gets me too excited. And it may be, that the market pulls in and comes down quite a bit. That's fine. But there's just not a whole bunch that I'm seeing. So if anything, because of this move up today, I'm wondering how, if we pull back, how far the pullback comes, and then if it's looking decent, where to get involved to the long side to see the market potentially resume trend back to the upside. I would think if we get a decent kind of a pullback that you'd need to see this 88 level hold. So if we do come back down into here, you'd want to see 88 hold. And that's based on what I'm seeing right now. Things change. If for some reason there's like a weird move up and down or something that's just a little wonky, meaning it looks a little odd to you. Maybe we come down and push down quickly. There's all types of nuance that happen as far as like watching the market and certain levels and one spot versus another. So this is me, like trying to predict, trying to build a thesis for, and I'm going to be out of here in another like 10 minutes or so. I just watched the market the first 2 hours of the day. Might be doing a little bit longer here where I watch the first 2.5 to 3 hours, but just kind of thinking out loud, giving you some ideas of what maybe could transpire. Maybe could, right? That's what trading is. It's a lot of if this, then that, and if that, then this. So, yeah, just wondering if we do get a pullback, how steep it is, how deep of a pullback it is, and then where you'd be wrong. So, I would think if we do that, again, based on that big move up that we had, that the bulls would try to defend that 88 level, pardon me. And again, it also depends on the way that we get there. So in my mind, if we did something like we come down to this level and then come up a little bit higher, or don't get up that high, if we come back up to here and then retrace, well, then it kind of makes the game a little bit different. So again, there's all types of nuances that happen with the movement in the market, how it gets to a certain level. Tech is short 3809. It's a good trade. It's nice that we broke this 06 level. Stops at break even now. Yeah, that's a good trade. I feel like on that one, what's your target, Tech? Maybe like 96? 297. 10-pointer, I don't know. What are you thinking? Stops at break even, he says. We'll see. Yeah, story of my life. We'll see. Stop at BE though, that's good. I like that attitude. We'll see. Yeah, sometimes there's trades you do and you got like a hard and fast answer, and other times it's just a we'll see kind of a trade. Looking good so far. We're under that 06 level. Ooh, sorry about that. Right in the mic. Well, I'm going to be heading out here pretty soon, boys and girls. Zach, thanks so much, for putting your trades out there. I like how you and Mike and a few other guys, you'll mention sometimes, where you're at, what you're doing. Anyone can be a guru in hindsight, right? Looking back, oh, I should have been long here. I did this, that, or there, or you could do this there. But to do it in real time, that's much, much different. Much different for sure. Tech, I like how you do your trades where it seems like most of your trades you don't take much heat. It's just like that wave that comes behind you and just gives you momentum to get moving. Tech says he moved his stop to +5 and he's out. Fair enough. Got a +5. Hey, what's up, Gold Fever? It's good to see you, man. Virtually. Well, I do what I can to be everybody's favorite Oompa Loompa. No FOMO Trading is now, parent company is Oompa Loompa Trading. Oompa Loompa short picks. Short something. I switched to shorter time frame scalping, but you are still my favorite Oompa Loompa. How's short, Gold Fever? What are you watching? Like what time frame? What's short for you? Is the hour short? I'm being facetious there. Are you on minute chart? Are you on a tick chart? Seconds chart? 15 seconds, half a minute. Gold Fever. I love that name, man. I love it. 30-second. There you go. There you go. So again, strong bull day up, strong move up. I've got a 2-minute here pulled up, just a single. Tech, he had mentioned, he's like, man, it's hard to see, when you got two screens up and guys' space is limited with real estate. So let's see now if we push down and fail, come in a little bit more. Remember earlier in the day, I said this 92.5 was a level of importance. And maybe we don't pull down to that level, but the way the market's going right now, filled the gap, come up into the gap, filled a decent amount. So I'll be watching, just kind of letting you know what I'm thinking out loud here. I'll be watching this 92.5 to this 88 level. 84 is definitely a line in the sand for me. I'm gonna put a line right there. We'll give it a little bit of that. But I'm really watching this 92.5 to about 88. I feel like bulls need to keep it above that 88 level. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go to the bathroom and we'll resume. Pardon me. What time frame? Joey, the main ones I'm watching, I always look at the daily for context. I look at the 15-minute, and then I look at the 5 and the 1. I've got the 2-minute pulled up here. I'm considering on my screen, the screen that I share, either like a 2 or a 3-minute. So I used to share a screen where it had, I was this up until this morning, sharing a screen that had 2 on there, but I think it's a little bit harder to see. So I've got the 1 minute here on the right, 15-minute on the left. Lines are just lines that I'm kind of looking at denoting levels of potential importance. So that's what I'm looking to do. So yeah, so basically daily for context, and then 15 minute, 5 minute, 1 minute. 1 minute for a little bit more nuance. Getting a pullback here. Pulling back, big bullish day. There we go. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying there. Looking to get involved long around 37.92 to 37.88. I'm wrong below 37.84. So let's put 88 right up here. Oh, you know what? I'll kind of let that be. I'm going to remove that. Remove this. There we go. So let's see, 92.5. And it might be that we don't get that low, and if we don't, then I don't take a trade. It's that simple. It's kind of 88. All right, we'll extend this guy. Sorry for all the clicking here. There we go, we'll do 23, how about that? All right, so here's kind of the zone I'm looking to get involved at. And again, it may be that we don't get that low. 37.99. And then if I'm involved down here, first target's going to be, call it 3,800. Then 05. And we'll see if we can't get up into here somewheres. Involved. Hopefully that works. So again, this is the zone I'm looking to get involved to the long side. Bearing any kind of weird movement, I'm hoping on this, it's this move that takes us down to here. If we kind of come up here again and then down, I probably won't take it, and I'm going to be wrapping up here pretty soon, but I was wanting to see it be this push down that we do that. And it might be that the market just doesn't give us that. We've had a pretty big, robust move up. So really what negates that is that if we, in my mind, if we take out this 3807, so if we get up to 07 and take that out, then I probably don't want it if it comes back down. So as long as we, in my mind, as long as we stay below that, I'm going to look to get involved down here. All right, we're getting close there. I don't have a resting order at 92.5. Not yet. I might put a little piece there, but I'll give it a second, see if it sets up here, and then see what it wants to do. I may put a little piece there at 92.5 or even 93. It's getting pretty close to that level for me. It's getting pretty close. I'm going to put a little bit on right there. I'll put on 40%. So we're not there yet. Still got another, 3 minutes to go on the 5 minute. I like the price action of the 5 minute so far. How we're coming down, but we're not in a hurry to get there. And this is where, the exercise of discipline and dynamics really take hold. So we got down to 95. We're up here at 08. And in my mind, I'm wondering now if 95 is all we're going to get. So we got close to my 92.5 level, but didn't quite get there. So that's the rub. That's where the tension is. That's where the tension lies. Do you front run it a little bit, or do you stick to your guns and say, hey, this is my level. This is what I want to do. This is where I want to get involved. I'm sticking to it. That's it. So at this point, I've got some working orders at 93. But the market, it may not give us that. And it might be here based on something that I make a little adaptation to. It might be, that we pull back again, and then I decide to get long at a little bit higher of a price to get involved. It's got our 2 minute over here. I'm watching the 5 and the 1 minute. I feel like bulls want to keep it above the bottom of this shaded area, which is 88. If it gets below that, it could peak for a second, but surely don't want it below 84 right here. And on this one, I'm watching this 02 level. Got close to my pullback area, just didn't hit it all the way. Well, that's probably going to end it for me. That's it. It feels like we could very well take out this 07 level right now. So give it a few more minutes, but that's going to be it. But anyways, that was the thought. As I got my new system up and running and less buffering and all that, I thought, it'd be nice with some of my trades, the ones that take a little bit longer to set up, to write stuff up here. And it won't be every trade that I'm doing that, and then just to put levels in here too, like what I'm seeing, what I'm thinking. So the plan originally was get long at 92.5, between 92 and 88 on a pullback. First target was 38.02. Next was 05, which we're there right now. And then from there, we'll see if the bulls resume the party, get back up in here, and then ultimately maybe even push it higher still. So at this point, if we do pull back, I might consider a long, but haven't had that luxury just yet. Tech, isn't that the truth, man? That's the market. It'll take your stop, but won't get you filled. Boy, that's the truth. That'd be a great trading book. I'll take your stop, but I'm not going to fill you on the entry. All right, so we came down there, had a little bit of move up, and at that point when I saw that, I thought, okay, let me put a resting order in at 93, and we just didn't have that luxury. So that's it. Well, we'll have to keep our powder dry and live to do it again. Big move on the 5 minute bar here, so I'll get rid of this guy here. Those little annotations, but here's our 5 minute. Let me blow this up for you. Not my account, my screen. And so here we go. Came down, nice kind of curl, what I call like a curl down there, and pushing up with some good gusto, some good momentum on the 5 minute. Now that that's happened, and if we do come down here, I won't have a resting order. I would have it where I'm watching, looking at price action, and then want to see some sort of a resumption of trend and push back higher up. So from me, No FOMO Trader here at Oompa Loompa Trading Studios. That's gonna wrap it up for the day. Had that one trade earlier, got short. Was hoping to have. I like these ones that take a little bit longer to develop. That's really where I'm in my sweet spot, where I feel like I'm more in the zone as far as comes to a level. I've got a thesis, I've got an idea. As it's pulling down, I've got 15, 20 minutes to size things up. Had plenty of time to write out. Okay, this is what I'm thinking. This is my level. This is what I want to see, and get involved. So I tend to like those. All right, y'all have a great rest of your day. Trade well. Keep your stops in place. And you still, I think if you're trading and you're not leaving the screen, you might still consider a long somewhere in this area between 88 and 92.5, and you'd want to see the market probably stay above 37.84. I would think that would be what I'd be looking for. All right, everyone, have a great day. We will see you tomorrow.